Come on, you know it's not the first time that at least one or two iPhones gets delayed before launch. Yes, it seems that there could be delays with the iPhone 15 series, or at least some of the units. Samsung seems to be working on another wearable, and it's not something you wear on your wrist. And what if Apple realized it's late to compete with ChatGPT and is already working on it? I'm Jaime Rivera, and listen, weekends should be longer, and especially when the temperatures are so insane. This is Pocket Now Daily. The official news today exists, and they're not good. Let's just start with Netflix, because it seems like their strategies, which all of us hate, are working, at least in their favor. Earlier this year, the company began cracking down on password sharing, which was pretty common in Latin America, for example. All people who access a Netflix account must live in the same location, with Netflix restricting access based on IP addresses and other location data. Obviously, the internet had a ball with the topic, with tons of complaints on Twitter, but guess what? It seems like their strategy is working, because Netflix just gained 5.9 million new global subscribers in the second quarter of 2023, including more than 1 million in the United States and Canada. And since the experiment worked, the company will now roll out paid sharing to almost all remaining countries, where the new policies have not been enacted. The company reported that revenue is up in every region where paid sharing was introduced, and signups have exceeded cancellations, causing a revenue growth of 2.7% year over year. But wait, there's more. It seems like they're obsessed with revenue growth lately, because they just canceled their cheapest $10 ad-free plan. If you want an affordable plan, you'll either have to pay $7 for the one that includes ads, and if you're not a fan of being interrupted by a cringy ad with a sandwich, well, you'll have to pay $16. Yeah, that's Netflix for you. Moving on, let's talk about Apple, since we have some interesting information about a new project that's much overdue. And it's a possible AI project, by the way. It's reported that Cupertino is working on a possible competitor for OpenAI's ChatGPT. Yes, this comes from Mark Gurman, who also added that working with AI has become a priority over the course of the last few months for a lot of companies. Apple has developed an AJAX framework for large language models like ChatGPT, Microsoft's Bing, and Google's Bard, and the company has developed its own internal chatbot that some engineers refer to as Apple GPT, because, by the way, GPT is not exclusive. The report also claims that Apple seems to be worried that it's lagging behind on new AI-based technologies, given the growth and popularity of these chatbots, which is such an irony considering how they came up with Siri pretty much before everybody else, or bought it at least. For now, only Apple employees get special access to the chatbot application that Apple is working on, and its output cannot be used to develop new product features for customers. It is being used for product prototyping and can answer questions based on the data that Apple used to train it. There's no specific date for the launch, but we do hear that the focus is mainly on smartphones, and that the company has several teams working on artificial intelligence and attempting to solve problems like privacy concerns, so there's a chance that we'll see it sometime next year, and we do hope that privacy is something they provide a better solution for. Now let's talk about Samsung, as yes, we do know there's a possible set of smartwatches due for an update, but what if the company wanted to create another wearable that's much smaller? Oura Rings have gained a ton of popularity for their functionality and simplicity, and well, cue in a Samsung competitor. According to The Elect, Samsung has formally begun development of a smart ring, starting with the creation of a prototype PCB for their first device. We're not exactly sure how it will be different than other products that are already in the market, but it would make sense to assume it'll serve to measure your health and vitals, particularly heart rate and sleep, even if a smartwatch does pretty much the same thing. Your guess is as good as mine when it comes to timing, a possible name for the device and stuff, but Galaxy Ring makes sense. That being said, the company has filed for a trademark called Galaxy Pulse, along with 3 other names that we're still waiting to confirm, and which could also be options for the ring. We'll see how this develops, as I doubt we'll see anything this year. And finally, for the most interesting news today, let's talk about Apple, because, well, it is quite the common thing to hear of possible delays for iPhones. Even in the case of last year, we saw one of the iPhones, the iPhone 14 Plus, being delayed, and we also saw the same thing with the staggered launch of the 12 variants, and now we hear that history might repeat itself. According to a new report, Cupertino could delay the debut of the company's next generation smartphone lineup, not just the phone, from its usual September timeframe. It mentions that there's a possibility that we would have to wait until the fourth quarter of the year, which starts in October and ends in December, and which we've seen happen in the past, sort of. Now, the report does not mention any specific reason for the alleged iPhone 15 launch delay, and there have been no other indications from sources like manufacturing that we usually hear about that this lineup could be moved from September, so we could recommend you take this with a grain of salt. Maybe the launch is, again, staggered, who knows? We do hear that Apple has been moving its production sites to other regions, so that probably could be it. Anyways, in today's question, let us know. Based on the rumors, what iPhone, or what smartphone for that matter, are you eyeing for this year? Because of course, I'm eyeing foldables. I'm sure most of you are as well, but I am really looking forward to the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And that could be another reason for the delay, as a lot of people have said, yeah, why don't we see major changes with the iPhone? And we hear that that's going to be a major change, but that's just me. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know your opinion. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on PuckingOut.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. You can also follow us on social media as our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me state the obvious. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.